man.
Yeah, he went and signed Nathan Peterman, bro.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. He on.
Yeah. Really ain't appreciating this thumbnail, but whatever.
What was around? Oh, let me see the thumbnail. I ain't even peep it yet. Why you ain't appreciating that, man? Is that who y'all play next?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to think about it.
I got it, man. It took me a while. Now you take me a while. It took me a couple of seconds before I...
Bad juju, bro. I know that's your third dairy team, because I know you like the Bengals. I know you like the Bengals too for some reason. Yeah, you got Bengals jersey.
Oh, that's true.
Everybody, it's your boy Big Q. This is TeamboydTV Live. We missed y'all last week. We didn't get a chance to. Man, I'm telling you, Glass, this holiday stuff at retail beat me down. I'm saying, look, they got me working next Wednesday too, but I'm gonna finagle something so I won't miss another show. Anyway,
finagle.
Yeah, I'm gonna finagle this time. But welcome to TeamboydTV Live, NFL Week 16. We are at a close shop on another season, Glass. We're getting close to the end. The playoff picture is finalizing. It's coming into view. I see you already running that dump truck around. Hold up, don't swing by Charlotte just yet. Even though we got some drama to talk about. What's going on in this Class? The Sage Sports we gave with the Sports. What's going on, home?
What up, fam? What's up, JB? Big Q.
Yes.
All the Twitter hustlers out there, we appreciate you joining the show. People on YouTube, checking y'all out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys joining the show. Hey, man, dump truck was about a week late. Yeah. There's a lot of teams we got scooped. I think we already scooped up 8 teams.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
And we will be hitting Charlotte soon. And when I hit Charlotte,
Charlotte ain't do just yet. Charlotte ain't do just yet. It's the Raven Show, good JB. What's going on, homie?
Hey, what's up? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, all the various facets of the internet. Yeah. TeamboydTV Live.
What's good with you, man?
Finally. Man, I'm just chilling, man.
How are you settling? Like, I know you were almost one of them kinds who was kind of bucking the system a little bit. I don't know if you was really ready to accept the Lamar Jackson era. Look like it's getting ready to be the real deal. How you feeling?
We'll see.
I don't know if we're gonna see Joe suit up in a Ravens uniform again. I think it's over.
Not yet.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
No.
All right, cool. We'll see.
We got to get this thing the next month, and then you'll see a full JJ out there.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay.
That's what we're doing.
I like it. And just for we was just talking about it off air. I'm gonna go ahead and give up the ghost glass. We all three fell victim to the Baker Mayfield. But I think he did my team the worst out of all three.
Baker didn't beat us.
Baker to beat y'all. I think Baker to beat y'all.
No.
But y'all got to play him again, though, right?
Yes.
He'll get you.
Who is this we that you speak of?
Glasses team just fell victim to him. My team fell victim to him the week before. You know,
so we're just gonna share the wealth. That's all, man.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
The Ravens can get some too. They should have been the first one that make Baker Mayfield put it on. It'll be interesting in the building. Say my boy Cam about to chill and get his new shoulder. That's gonna be the first story we're gonna jump into. Glass. At first I didn't think they was gonna shut your boy down. They said they was gonna deactivate him, but I saw it late today. They're gonna go ahead. I mean, I wouldn't put him back out there. I mean, look, they should have pulled him 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But give it up to Cam, man. He came out there the last couple weeks. He gutted it out. You know what I'm saying? At least the Carolina Panthers defense came through last week. At least they played a little bit of ball. But that's what we had, JB. Cam deactivated for the season. I didn't think Carolina was going to be able to pull another W out this season anyway. What you think? How you feeling, man?
But I agree. Well, that's a good thing. I agree with you because teams was targeting him. You know, he they go as Cam go. But I agree with you. They should have pulled him a long time ago. And I mean, there's a lot to be said about, you know, being there for your team, gutting it out for your team. But at a certain point, you're hurting the team.
Yes.
Right. That's a lot of Aaron Rodgers just this last past game.
Yeah, it was you know, when you out there and you become a detriment, Glass, it's hard, man. Like, and you know, Cam want to win, and you know, and he think that anytime he's on the field, he gives the team the best chance to win. But it ain't been that way for 5-6 weeks. It ain't been that way for a month and a half. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I can't knock the Panthers for doing what they were doing. They were still in contention. They were having hope that they could turn around and have a nice win streak going. They was relying more on his legs more so than his arm. It seemed like he wasn't winning games, and I guess they was throwing up the white flag now. So I can see why they was doing it, but I think it's the right time to do it right now because it's, you know, what is there to play for right now? Yeah,
and the sooner you can get into surgery or rehab or whatever, you know, the better off it'll be.
What was it, 6-game losing streak?
6 games, man, and you know, and that's rough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I was like, man, maybe if this happened and that happened, maybe we still got a shot. But what's the use of even praying to get to the playoffs when you're going to get murdered when you get there anyway? You know what I mean? So, like, it doesn't really matter at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But we saw some couple of things that went down that I thought was crazy. Definitely enjoyed, and JB, you had some sour grapes about the thumbnail for this week because I know you got to play them this week, right? Is that why you're sour about it?
Not sour at all, man. I just thought maybe you should have chose a better one.
You're nervous about filthy rivers? You're nervous about, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about their performance against the Chiefs last week. That's what I was talking about. You know what I mean? Gutsy, man. Like that game went down to the wire. I thoroughly enjoyed that. They were behind most of the game, JB. Your assessment of the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the Chargers right now. You know, same record as the leader in the conference. They got about as good a chance as anybody else in the conference to make a run. And you know the clock ticking against your boy Rivers. He the last one in this class who ain't really achieved much. I like where they at right now, JB. What you think?
Good team. They had some luck in the KC game. It was a breakdown on the 2-point conversion that left Benjamin wide open. The tying touchdown, I don't think was a touchdown, but that's up to the beholder. But overall, they don't get to 11 wins by saying it's luck or they scrappy or what have you. They're being led by the guy that's been a consummate in the league this whole time. Just have a little bit of bad luck when he get to the postseason.
Actually, Glass, I believe that they are a pretty much some worthy contenders in this tournament. If you look at who they're going to be playing against and the teams that they're going to be tossed in with them, I like their chances. What you think?
I totally agree. I think during the season, I think all of us said we got to watch out for the Chargers because they sneaky good. I think now they're almost, you could say, a full-fledged Super Bowl contending team. They got the running game, they got the passing game, they got the defense. Everybody coming back. I think I I was impressed with the win last week against Kansas City because they was missing Melvin Gordon, they was missing Keenan Allen, and they ended up winning the game. I think they was missing the backup to Melvin Gordon, if I'm not mistaken.
I think when the third string running back.
And I agree. Yeah, and I agree with JB. It was luck, but sometimes that's all you need. I'll take luck. I take whatever it takes to win the game.
Absolutely.
So I'm impressed with what they're doing, and they're gonna be potent when it comes to the postseason.
I believe so. And it's so weird how we got to this point where we saw some powerhouses kind of rise in the AFC. And then, we get toward the end, and it's the Chargers that's sitting on top. Like, it's weird to even think about. Like, what happened to the Steelers, JB? They went into a patch of bad luck. You know what I mean? Like, the next thing you know, the Browns is doing damage. They are in the hunt, which, like I'm telling you, Glass, we was talking about this earlier in the season, before the firing of the head coach. We was trying to figure out how many games they were going to win this season. And lo and behold, they are in the hunt to be in the playoffs. Can you believe that?
I can. Like I told you, Hugh Jackson, he wasn't a good fit for that team. I don't know if Greg Williams going to keep this job as being head coach, but he had turned the team around, trusting in his offensive coordinator, and Mayfield doing what he's supposed to. I like Mayfield. I don't care what anybody say about his brashness and his ego. Sometimes that's what you need to turn the team around. So I'm glad he's a good fit for that team, and
True, I actually like his.
They lining teams up and knocking them down. So.
Yeah, I like his. We got that black mamba in him. He got that killer instinct. He want to go for the jugular, JB.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield want to go for the kill, and sometimes it don't work out, that well, but it works more often than not, and that team ends up, benefiting from him being fearless like that. I think that is definitely going to be a team to look out for next season in your own backyard, JB. How you feel about it?
No comment.
No comments at all. You don't want to jinx it up. You don't want to do it.
I don't care about Cleveland.
You don't care. Okay. You don't think Cleveland's impressive at all?
They're better than 2 seasons previous.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
True that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what you think about the strength of Houston though? So they kind of limped into the season. I think they lost like the first 2. I think it was maybe the first 3.
First three.
And then they kind of went on a rip real quick. And then so listen, do you think they got enough moxie or enough juice, JB, to cause some waves in the playoffs? I mean, they in there with the Chargers and the Chiefs, and they playing with some big boys. What you think about them?
I like the chances. I like any team that's got a little bit of defense and some offense that can produce more than 21 points a game on average. I like the chances. Now, whether or not that team, because I don't think nobody on that team has been to the postseason in a while or ever. In the last 5 or 6 years. So it depends on, they'll be hosting obviously because they'll win a division. So, we've seen Houston host a playoff game before and it didn't work out.
Right. And it's so weird because you said that the dudes on the team ain't played. And it's weird was they made the playoffs two of the last 3 seasons, but their main playmakers wasn't there. They were absent. So it was weird. And then even like now, like Deshaun Watson wasn't there. White wasn't there. Merciless wasn't there last year. So it was weird. I don't know. I think out of the teams that the 3 top ones, or the 4 top ones, let's say Pittsburgh, LA, Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs, Texans. I think if I'm ranking them, I think the Texans, they probably the weakest ones in my opinion. They're the ones that I'm most worried about.
Oh man, come on, man. The Cowboys?
No. I'm talking about on the AFC side.
Oh, I thought you said anyway.
Yeah.
AFC side?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they're the weakest one, but they still potent. They just had a 8-game, 9-game win streak before they came up to a division rival.
Right.
And they barely won because offside call at the end of the game. Yeah. So they could have won that one, but I understand they're the weakest one out the AFC, but AFC is no punk either. So I don't put nothing with that actually. Yeah. So they still a formidable team.
I believe so. I just saying, if I look at the 4, this is the craftiness of Pittsburgh, and the and the craftiness and the gutsiness of the Chargers, and just the flat out offensive, power of the Chiefs. It's just I don't know. I don't know what the Texas, where they fit in with all that. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, and I know I'm showing some y'all know I hate the Patriots, but the Patriots is not that strong either.
No, but see,
you know what? They finished 9-5.
I didn't even put them in the top 4 because I feel like the only reason why they're there is because their division suck, JB. Look,
true.
I think we see in the end of the Brady Belichick era. I think physically Tom Brady can still go, but I don't know how effective he's going to be going forward. I believe that what we're seeing is erosion. I think we're starting to see it, and they're going to be where they are. They'll make it there because the Jets and the Dolphins and the Bills, they suck. Right?
Yep.
You got to put Gronkowski in that deal too now.
But Gronkowski probably going to be done before Brady. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But it is the parity of that division that put them where they put them in. But all they have to do is win a few outside conference games, and that's how they approach it. We know we're going to at least beat every team in our division 1 out of the 2 times. Possibly if we double up on them, that's going to improve our win-loss record. So 9 of their wins half of those wins come from inside of the division.
Right.
And so, all they have to do is trap off a team like the Colts or the Browns.
Yeah.
And they look formidable. All they have to do is play up to the moment. That's all. And that's all they've been doing.
Yeah, man. So because they can probably get 5 or 6 wins in a division, right? I mean, because they usually drop that 1 to Miami in there somewhere,
right.
So they usually get about 5 or 6. So that sets them up beautifully. And like JB said, they just need to, catch somebody slipping, and they're gonna be in contention. But they, like them playing from where they playing from, I can't see them being a threat because normally, in order for New England to be powerful, they need that home field, and they need that bye. They need to sit down for a little bit. And they, and the way they've been playing lately, they never gonna see them high seas like that again. I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so at all. Right. So
nah. I think this is the lowest they'll ever come into the playoffs for a while.
Yeah.
Without that home field advantage, without even, and they have to play first at home.
Yeah.
The last time they had to play first at home in a divisional or just the opening round was against the Ravens, and we beat them.
Yeah. So they don't want to be in a situation like that.
No.
But sadly, that's where they at. LBH is still in the comment section to say, what about Chicago? When we talk about Chicago, I think Chicago was a pleasant surprise this season. I at first, and I can't really talk about Chicago without talking about Oakland because that's kind of where it started, right? Is it?
That's true. You're right. You're right.
Khalil Mack. Because look, we had Trubisky last year, right?
Yep.
As a rookie, granted, but I think Khalil Mack coming from Oakland kind of sparked the whole thing. I mean,
and we got to put it in Matt Nagy too, because Matt Nagy changed the whole culture of the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think from where they going, and especially with the breakdown in Green Bay, Patricia ain't really got a grip on what's going on in Detroit just yet. It's you got the Vikings. They still a pretty well-oiled machine, which is probably the biggest threat that they got to face out there. But it's going to be good to watch them two go heads up and see who's going, what that's going to be like. But I like Chicago right now, JB. I think, like I said, one of the most pleasant surprises of this season. I think them and seeing Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. What you think, JB?
I do like I just, because it's hard for me to give one player all the credit. But Chicago is the turnaround that I like to see. All they needed was the right piece.
Yeah.
Because they was already shocking and surprising, sneaking up on people last year.
Yeah.
But Khalil Mack kind of pushed them over there. But I'm not about to be sold on no Baker Mayfield. I'll go Aaron Donald before I go.
I mean, we had Aaron Donald last year. I mean, he showed us what he could do last year. I'm just saying. But look, Khalil, I mean, I wouldn't put it, like in Chicago, I wouldn't put it all on Khalil Mack. I just think that kind of started the what was going on out there, because Khalil Mack didn't throw how many touchdowns Trubisky got this season. He got a nice little touchdown count going.
Well, I mean, I'm not equating it, even though it does equate to the win-loss and what they doing now, where they at now.
Yeah.
But I mean, what a difference a year make. This guy didn't even get there until like 3 games in, and now they got the whole swag. They got the whole division.
I mean, when you got multiple 5 touchdown games, I just wouldn't put multiple 5 touchdown games and Mitchell Trubisky in the same sin. I just wouldn't do that, Glass. Not last year I wouldn't have did that. I mean, coming off that rookie season, I wouldn't have did that. But just like Jared Goff is another one, JB, who I'm kind of confused about right now. What's going on with Jared Goff right now? Like, what's the problem? Like, I haven't seen him throw this many interceptions in his career, right? The last 2 weeks, what did he done? He got 5 interceptions, 6 interceptions in the last 2 weeks.
I beg to differ. When Jeff Fisher was his head coach, he threw a lot of interceptions.
Did he really? I don't know.
Yes, he did.
This looked bad.
So this might be his first time throwing as many as with McVay as his head coach.
So when you saw this over the last 2 weeks, you weren't surprised. You was like, oh, this is just. I mean, because I just think about what we seen at the end of last year, all through this season, up until 2 weeks ago. Goff was pretty much unstoppable, but like, dude, like a different dude showed up last week and the week before. JB, I don't know this guy.
Oh, I mean, that's why they watch film. So I mean, some of the stuff, some of the concepts they was running. Plus, they're down a guy. Cooper Kupp make a big difference in the offense. Yes. So now they're having to go to guys that can't get in and out of breaks. I mean, it's simple stuff. One little hitch in what you like to do, change how certain people look or what you're trying to do. So I don't think it's him. I just think that what's available ain't as good as what they're supposed to have.
Craziness, Glasses. Because I just look at it, I was like, oh, who can stop the Rams? Like the Rams are unbeatable, and this, that, and the third. Like they were minimizing on the turnovers, maximizing on the takeaways, doing everything that you would expect a really good football team to do. And I mean, the last couple of weeks, it ain't been working out for them. And it just, to me, I was expecting to see that once we got into January. Didn't expect to see it this early, Glad. Didn't really.
You know what? I'm just going to take a step back, you guys, if y'all don't mind. Just talk about the Bears real quick. I'm a diehard Denver Bronco fan, but I do love the hometown team. And what we see over here is that Matt Nagy is the reason why we are accomplishing what we're accomplishing. Okay. He never talked bad about the team, about the players. He don't throw nobody on the bus. If there's any mistake, he gonna put on himself. They're having fun because after every hometown win, they have Club Dub jumping up in the locker room. Yep. And the players are having fun, and that's what you want when you have a successful team like that. Yeah. You have fun. Everybody want to play for each other and all that. And I think that coincides to what I'm saying. I didn't expect them to beat the Rams the way they did. And I think they showed the blueprint of how you do it. Kind of like shut down Gurley, stop that run game and put all in Goff's hand. And you can see Goff kind of, just like JB said, got him uncomfortable. And he started throwing interceptions and incomplete passes. And I think the Eagles, seeing that, put in their little equation, went up into Los Angeles and took out a win. So, you know what? It just showed me at the beginning of the season to the halfway part of the season, we all thought it was going to be the Saints and the Rams running everything. Now everybody's showing that they got a little chink in the armor. That's up in there. I can't even tell you who will be at the Super Bowl.
Not really, because you know what? As much as some people want to come out of the woodworks all of a sudden in Week 16 and talk about the Saints kind of been struggling a little bit over the last couple of weeks. They took a loss or two, and then the last couple of games they struggled out of the New Orleans Saints. And so you know why, like I said, why certain people want to come out of the woodworks all late in the game and pat themselves on the back because the Saints are still I think they're the number 1 seed in the NFC. But they got they've been showing some stuff. I think Eagles beat them down. They got into it with the Ravens. They got into it with Carolina. They got into it with the Los Angeles Rams. Look, they ain't been really on a tear like they were for the last.
I'll say this, Q. If they don't win the Super Bowl, they got 3 bad losses on their resume right now. That's gonna probably overshadow their 11 or 12 wins. Yeah, you got beat Bob Fitzpatrick.
Yes, you did.
Cowboys got you. Yes, I don't know. The third one was equally, or the one before that was equally as bad. I forget who it was, but
the Cowboys,
they're 12-2.
Okay, so you got Fitz. Okay, you got Fitz Magic.
The Cowboys in the Bucks.
You got Jerry Jones.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now if Carolina's backup quarterback gets you in the last game, because you're resting players or whatever.
Right.
It's got to be Super Bowl or bust then.
Yeah, because
otherwise that's all we're gonna remember.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna remember. I don't know. I just don't. I don't have a lot of faith in them after what I've seen for the last couple weeks in them. I think that what they've accomplished this season has been awesome though. Talk about showing some dominance in the division and stuff like that. They've been doing that, and it's just they've been kind of running into it lately. I don't know, but then Jay, we talk about the Cowboys, and that's a team that I'm so glad got smacked in the face and brought back down to earth because I heard some stuff. You know how it gets, Glass. You win 4 or 5 in a row, and you're the Cowboys, and now you just, it's just, the sky's the limit now, Jamie.
Start smelling yourself.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's like they're like, what you gonna do when you sitting there watching the Cowboys in the Super Bowl? I'm like, I don't know what existence that's gonna be in, but I just had to deal with it,
Right.
But I will say this about the Saints: they have a pretty good damn team, though. I mean, if it's working, you kind of don't have a chance.
Absolutely.
If you can slow Breeze down and try to drag him into the second half or at least late in the third, you might have a shot. But if he do what he do in the first half, it's over.
I mean, because I'm thinking about it, right? So Dallas held them to 10 points, right?
Right.
Atlanta held them to 12?
Right.
And then before that, they were putting up the average of 38 points on the board every week.
Close to that, yeah.
So I mean, it's a way to stop them. You know what I mean? It's for Carolina's case, it's just a matter of finishing the game. You know what I mean? You got to finish the game.
The formula is easy, man. Yeah. Sustain drives, keep Breeze off the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But I'm glad, like the Cowboys thing. I'm glad that's good. And you know what? I think that everybody in the playoffs, if the Cowboys stay in there, because I just got to feel they may not. I think the Eagles may come and reclaim that spot, but we'll see. But if they make the playoffs, they're gonna take the worst ass whooping of everybody in the playoffs. Glass. I believe they're gonna get beat the worst.
Because they're gonna run into Russell Wilson. That's probably
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, but I do believe that the Eagles may come back and get that. But right now, I think they got 2 games on the Eagles right now. If I'm not mistaken,
one game.
The one game.
And it's the head-to-head too, and that's the one that hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got that going on. So you got the Titans sneaking around in the AFC South. But the AFC South right now is a weird place, JB. Like the leader is got to be the Texans, right? And they have 10 wins. And then
the Colts right ahead of them. They tied with the Colts.
So you got so Titans, Colts. Man, I don't know, but I mean, look, we're talking about wild card stuff, and we're talking about the Texans already locked it in. I think they've already switched. Saints Uptown is in the building, y'all. He's here.
Oh, what up, man?
Yeah, Saints Uptown's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like I was saying, I think the AFC South is pretty much. I think the Texans going to hold on to that, and I don't think another team is going to slide in from there. I think we may see that wild card either come from the Ravens or maybe somebody from out west. Maybe I don't know what the Broncos. No, not the Broncos. I think I got the
Chargers. Oh, the Chargers got locked.
Yeah, Chargers in. Yeah, so they
between the Titans, Colts, and the Ravens.
Yeah.
I can't believe they put the Browns in the equation as a chain.
They do. I mean, but
you know what, though?
They're still alive, though, man.
They're still alive. Yes.
Their percentage of making it is better than Carolina's right now.
It is. And that's the part that's crazy. You think about it when we started, right, with the team in turmoil and all this kind of stuff, and they looking for the first win, and Carolina was on a tear, and now we're looking at the Browns got a better shot of making the playoffs than the Carolina Panthers do. And that's crazy. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, but it's true.
Well, it ain't just you. Denver's going home. It's a whole lot of
yeah.
Oh, they're already back in the dump truck, bro.
Look,
they got a better chance than Cincinnati. They got a better chance than a lot of teams in the AFC.
But this is why in the season, every game count and every game is important because like when you like in Carolina's case. You have to worry about the Saints until later on in the season, right? You don't have to worry about them until the end of the season. But you're losing games against the Eagles, and you lose games. No, we beat the Eagles, but you're losing games against people you shouldn't be losing the games against, right? You lost to that combination of Fitzpatrick and Jameis Winston, right? You know what I mean? You lost them games, and I'm like, and then now your quarterback hurt, and now you don't know what to do. So it's crazy, but I'm looking. I'm already accepted the fact that Glass that my team gonna miss playoffs this year. I don't know how you feeling right now, but I've already kind of got myself there. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I think you would want to miss them. You would want to miss them. You don't want to make the playoffs without your guys. You wouldn't want to. I mean, we seen what Cam is giving you for 6 weeks,
right? You know what I mean? So they gonna show up to the damn playoffs and get the teeth kicked in. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to do that. Let me look at this. Let me look at this playoff picture. See where we at. So we're gonna start. Let's start on the NFC side this time because we always usually start on the AFC side. So we got the New Orleans Saints at the number 1 seed, 12-2. 2 is gonna be your Rams at 11-3. Your 4 is Vikings at 7-6, and then you got
no, man, come on, man.
Look, the order is on the screen is messed up. It's weird. I got it.
All right, get it right.
I got it. 3 is Chicago.
Thank you.
10-4. Hey, you know what they remind me of 10-4? They ain't been 10-4 since
since 2010.
Since Lovie Smith got fired, right?
Yep. 2010. No, yeah, you're right. So that's 2011. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last time I had this record, the coach got fired.
Yep.
Damn. Amazing stuff.
That tells you a lot,
right? Does, right? You know what I mean?
Say goodbye to Matt Nagy.
No, he just got that, man.
Having a successful
they're having too much fun right now. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. Look, Saints Uptown. We all football fans. We all keep a score. Okay, we know how many times the Panthers done lost to the Saints in a row. You're right. It's been 4 times in a row. We get it. I'm acknowledging that. Okay. So here's the.
Wait, they done beat y'all 4 times in a row with 1 to go.
Well, no, okay, you remember last year they swept us in the regular season. We got into it. We got to get into it with them in the playoffs, and we lost the game in the playoffs.
Oh, my gracious.
Yeah, so they
So they already got 4 in a row with 1 to go.
1 more to go. And we won't get a chance to get no redemption in the playoffs this year. So that won't happen. You know what I mean? So but and they probably win this game too because Cam ain't gonna play in that game.
Who's your backup?
His name is
Hiker something.
Yeah, something like that. He's the first year.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's his first year. I think he played a couple snaps so far.
Okay.
And then Gruden messed you up by getting Peterman, so you couldn't get him off the waiver wire.
Can't pick up Peterman, right? We lost the Peterman battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You lost the Peterman sweepstakes.
We lost that. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Right.
Dallas Cowboys, man, 8-6. They 8-6 at number 4. The 5th seed goes to the Seattle Seahawks with the same record, and the 6th seed is your Minnesota Vikings. Now, listen, you got the Philadelphia Eagles, Carolina Panthers, and who's the 3rd team? I got the same record right now. They 6-8.
Washington?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Washington, right? Yeah. So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this out there. Now, I ain't worrying about Carolina. I'm taking Carolina off the table, Glass. I'm taking Carolina off the table. Right now, I'm rooting for the Eagles, even though the Eagles have if Eagles get in, I lose the bet. But still, I still want to see the Cowboys out, and I want to see the Eagles in. So,
you said, whoa! You sure you want that?
Well, I mean, it makes me lose the bet, but I don't want to see the Cowboys in there, right? You know what I mean?
Okay,
so listen, it's one of them things where you have to take the lesser of 2 evils. You know what I mean? Okay. If I got to ship you a box of cigars. But I don't have to watch the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. I'll take that.
All right, cool. I'll take that there. I'm with you there. I dare not want the Cowboys to be in the playoffs. That's like the second team.
You know what I'm saying? So So and it's a chance. I mean, we talking a couple games, but I don't know what the Cowboys' schedule is going forward. But if they lose the next 2 and Philly wins the next 2, they go in with the same record. But I think Philly already beat them, right? In the head-to-head. So Philly would get in. So, but Philly needs some help, you know what I'm saying? But that's what we're working with. Like I said, took Carolina off the board. I don't think Washington really is going to make that much noise either. So I think what we're seeing right there, other than that 4 seed, is probably what it's going to look like going into the new year, Glass. That's what I think. What you think?
I'm with you. I think the Eagles, like I said, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I think the Eagles have a better chance than the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, I ain't going to say been exposed. Ezekiel, is he hurt? thought I heard somebody say he was hurt, but okay, well, I think the Eagles, if they win the next two and the Cowboys, all they got to do is lose one of them, and the Eagles take over. So, yeah, I'm hoping that the Eagles win the NFC East. Yeah. I don't want to hear no Cowboys fans. Right. I want this to end now.
That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? So we do that, right? Yeah. So if we flip it over and look on the other side, the number one seed is got right now. It is the Kansas City Chiefs at 11. But see, I thought the Chargers had got up there.
They tied with the Chargers.
They tied, right? So, but in this one, they got the Chiefs.
The Chiefs got the tiebreaker.
Okay, they got the tiebreaker. Okay, so the Chiefs are at 1. Houston is at 2. We got the Patriots hanging in there at 3. The Steelers at 4. The Chargers hanging in at 5, and the Ravens bringing up the rear at 8 and 6. And I'm trying to think who's challenging the Ravens right now.
Colts.
It'll be the Colts, Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a few teams.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, right, but the Titans were 8 games, right? That's where they at right now.
Yeah, both of them, the Colts and the Titans, are 8 and 6.
Yeah, so that means they right there with Baltimore, and I don't know what Baltimore's schedule is like. So Baltimore got to they walking a tightrope right now. But
we got the Chargers and the Browns left.
2 pretty tough games.
That's correct.
You'll see, right? You'll see how that works. But I think other than that 6th seed, and maybe the 4th seed with the Steelers, because they right there too, because they got a town they record. That's what's messing them up. So them two could change, but I don't know. The Chargers. Oh, that's a rough one. Browns. The Ravens been playing the Browns so many times that that game could always go either way. But I just think that Chargers one is gonna be one. I like that one.
Well, hold up. You know who the Steelers got this week, right?
What the Steelers?
The Steelers got
Saints,
this week, right? Saints uptown.
Oh,
that could be a game changer too, man.
That's gonna be interesting.
In New Orleans.
That's gonna be that one gonna be nice to watch. But the Saints done ran so far away with it. Only thing I can pray for is they just get mollywopped in the playoffs when they in there and they earned that. I can't take that from them. You know what I'm saying? So they in there and everything. So that's what I don't know. I'm looking at that playoff picture, right? And like I say, other than maybe that Dallas 4 seed and then the Ravens and the Steelers on the other side, I think that's what we got to look forward to, Glass. And I don't know, that's a pretty exciting playoffs if you ask me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would definitely not want to see the Cowboys in there. And there's a couple things I want to see. Like I want to see the Saints, but the Saints gonna run into somebody. Like if it goes down right now, they'll run up against the Seattle Seahawks, right? And that will be interesting to see how that play out. You know what I mean? We'll see how that play out.
Right.
So LBA said he ready for the draft because the Panthers ain't in it. Look, man, the season, it's tough when your season ends early, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to, cheering for my team deep into the season. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you tell your brother that we beat that Raven. Listen, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Saints Uptown, and I'm gonna get off of it.
Saints Uptown is smelling himself right now.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off of it. Right,
my man.
Okay, so Dallas came in your building and held you to 10. You was playing against a broke down Carolina Panthers team that held you to 12. I forget what the score was when they was going up against the Ravens. I think the Ravens got into it with them, didn't they?
We lost by 1.
Yeah,
because Justin Tucker.
So I'm trying to figure out so how do we measure ass kickings around here? You know what I'm trying to
more
than
out. 10, I think.
I think you measure it by how the Cowboys got them.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's, do we need to have is an ass kicking considered a blowout, or if you just win and your team goes off the field with the W, do you consider that an ass kick? I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Or we can go back we can measure it with what Fitzmagic done.
Well, we could do that because that to me looked more like an ass whipping than what
that
we saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
After
that was an ass whipping right there.
That was an ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, Saints. I'm just saying you won. I would just take that and I would just do that. That's what I would do if it was me. But I'm humble though, so I don't know, right? So it is what it is, right? So now we're going to talk about who else beat. You brought it up. You talk about who you beat.
What else beat? Exactly. Right.
You know, it is what it is. Look, I already told you, look, I know we lost 4 of them in a row. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, Glass, we got Saturday game. We got some stuff. Let's see how we get thrown off track that easy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me say this. Welcome back, Saints Uptown. Welcome back, bro. It was good to have you back. All right, Glass. Set us up, bro.
All right, man. I got how many games? I got 4 games on the docket. You ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's start off with the Saturday night game. We got JB's Baltimore Ravens. That's 8-6 going up to StubHub Center to play the 11-3 Los Angeles Chargers.
Man, well, you know what? So we still in the Lamar Jackson experience right now, right? Can that style of play look? I think that could probably shock the Chargers a little bit because I don't know if they really ready for that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it limits the offense a little bit, and I don't know. That one kind of concerns me a little bit. This is the one I was worried about, JB. Okay, stay on track because when we throw words around like salty, I can't do it, Glass. I'm not gonna do it, right? We're breaking this game down.
Moving, man.
We're breaking this game down. Listen,
yes, we are.
I want to see what Lamar Jackson can do with that sped up offense and that running game, and see how well it travels. I'm going to pick the Chargers in this game, though.
Hey.
I'll go next. JB, you my brother. I love you. All that stuff, but we gonna keep it real right here.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the win that they won in Kansas City without Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, and Keenan Allen. They got all 3 back. They got Mike Williams, who just exploded last week.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for me to believe that a team could go across the country and be potent. So all that being said, you know which way I'm going.
I come salty like church's chicken though, right? Like
I read that.
It's Big Q. Big Q, stop it, man. Stop it, man.
Hey, I heard that. I mean,
you are getting distracted.
That hurt my feelings a little bit, man.
I see it in his face when I said, "Whoa."
I ain't never been known for being salty, man. I ain't never been known for that, yo.
Big Q.
He said you salty like church's chicken, bro.
That's my character, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, let's stick to it, man. Let's stick to it.
Okay, I'm picking the Chargers. JB, who you got? We all know, but I want to hear it, man.
Well, you know what? Honestly, man, the Chargers are hot right now, but anything can happen in this league. We've seen the Patriots lose 2 in a row, unheard of. We done seen a whole lot of things. We done seen teams just take L's. Q's team that took 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
So you don't know. We'll be there to play though. So and I like some things that we can present that the Chargers show weakness to in the past 3 weeks. But to be honest and fair, and to be on here, I mean, it's gonna be tough sledding. The Chargers got the edge. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, Chargers got the edge. But you know what they say around this time of year, defense starts to shine, and a team that can bring that heat, that's a team that's going to advance. Defensively, I would love to see them Ravens fly around on defense like that to counter what Phillip Rivers and them going to bring on offense. But it's going to be a good game, Glass. Nonetheless, it's going to be a good one, and it's going to have some we'll have some nice little repercussions on the tournament list. So we'll see how that goes out. We'll see. So. I'm trying to stay out of the conversation. But go ahead. Let's go ahead. What got me cracking up, man?
Next up, we got the Houston Texans that's 10-4 going up to the Lincoln Financial Field to play the 7-7 Philadelphia Eagles. I'll go first on this one because I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I'm not saying I'm totally agreeing with Big Q on what he said at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but
it must be said. Nick Foles as a starting quarterback make that team a whole lot different than Carson Wentz.
Because you know what? Put it out there. Because I'm gonna interject and I'm gonna take it further. Like I just noticed last week, right? Because I was thinking about that, like but when Wentz gives up, when they take him out of the game, they put Foles in the most dire situation. Like well, he ain't gonna win this one. We might as well just go ahead and put Foles in there and and take an L on this one, he proved him wrong every single time. You know what I'm saying, right? And he shined, and he went and put up 40 points or something. You know, look, he's I don't know why they investing so much in walking to him when they got a bona fide Super Bowl MVP in Nick Foles. Like, let's use the kid. He already done brought the championship to your house. What more do you want him to do, JB? What more can Nick Foles do for this franchise to prove that he the man? He done walked the Lombardi Trophy right up to the house and gave it to him.
I don't know what part of the process you forgetting, but the guy got retained by the team. Yeah, you can't put but one quarterback on the field at a time, even though my team trying to put two, but you only can put one out there. One, you got to honor his starting position because he left the field in the season in the injury. What you gonna do? Yeah. You're gonna fracture the locker room by saying this guy went and did the ultimate and still not honor the guy who had it before he got hurt. So now that's happened again. Wentz didn't do nothing to say that he wasn't starter worthy. Yeah. You have the luxury of having a Super Bowl MVP and a prior starting quarterback on your team as a backup. It's a luxury. They won't have that luxury for long, but they have it. So there it is. Yeah. I don't think there's no difference between Foles and Wentz, like on normal teams where the starter is head and shoulders above the backup. Yeah. I don't think it's that. I just think that it's the system. One's healthy, one's not.
What if I pitch this to y'all though? And let me see how y'all digest this. And let's say they didn't pull Foles at week 2, because they pulled him in week 2, right? He played 2 games, started 2 games. And they sat him down for your boy Wentz, right? Right. Let's say they didn't pull him. And let's say that he started some more of those games. Would Philadelphia be in the situation that they in now? On the outside looking in as champions? I'm just proposing it.
I'm not into those hypotheticals. I must say that Wentz seemed to be leaning towards Ertz, his tight end, a lot more, while Nick Foles used almost the whole. I know what's his name, Jeffries, a lot, but he used the whole wide receiving crew to get what he had to do. So I read it as Foles they probably would have won 2 more games with Foles as starting.
You gotta understand that the whole being in contention season before, like 2 games before the end of the regular season, was Carson Wentz's body of work.
Okay.
All right, so that's his body of work. All Foles came and done was won 3 games. The most important 3, but that's all he did.
Yeah. Right. But I do believe if they had let him stay in, they'd have 4 more wins, and they wouldn't be worried about looking through the window, as champions, right?
Now let's not forget, Wentz is still recovering from that ACL, right? So that's the issue that you had to deal with this season too. He ain't he's not the Wentz like he was last year.
So he need to talk to he need to talk to whoever Deshaun Watson went and talked to. Because Deshaun Watson was all nervous and stuff when he first came back, but whoever he was speaking to, I mean, his confidence level got right after that, and he's been back to his old self lately. So I know I ain't never broke my leg or had no ACL tear, so I don't know what it's like coming back from something like that. I know you pretty much like never be the same, because you always worried about it. But I don't know, Yeah.
I think it's the mental part of it. Worrying about going through that whole months. I mean, it take at least a year solid to fully recover from that. And that's without playing and practicing. And also, there's room for discussion if Wentz, he has digressed some. I mean, it's room for argument there. Because I've seen a lot of the stuff that he done last year, situations he was in similar last year and this year. He didn't. His outcome wasn't that great. Yeah, his decision making wasn't that great.
I ain't saying sometimes, man. You hold it down. I know. You good people's man. He's like, let y'all know they'll be cool. Hey, look, man, and good luck the rest of the way with your Saints, man. Even though I want them to lose badly, but yeah, good luck, right? I don't know. It's just one of them things I was thinking about because, they put him in, and they put him in a situation where they really didn't think he was gonna win, and he won big. So it was just one of them things,
All right, but we digress. Let's get back to the pick. Houston Texans, Eagles. I'm going to say both teams need this game because Of course, we know Philadelphia needs this game in order to keep in step with the Cowboys. But also, the Texans need this game to keep that number 2 spot, keep that bye in front of the Patriots. So, where everything's said and done, it's gonna be a good game. But I think the Texans know they need this game. I'm gonna go ahead with the Texans over the Eagles with this one.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Texans over the Eagles. What are they playing in again?
League of Financial.
Oh, they're playing in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
and we still got Nick Foles as the starter.
Yep.
That changes that dynamic a little bit. Like they're a more aggressive team with him as the starter, but they got to face that Houston defense though. But they at home. You know what? I agree. I think both teams need the game, but I think Philly definitely needs it more because they actually can't afford to lose that much, right? Because they're trying to get the Dallas Cowboys up out of there. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Like I said, I would rather see them in the playoffs and have to ship you a box of cigars than watch any kind of Dallas
and the Cowboys
play any kind of playoff game. So,
right,
that's where I'm at.
Okay, we got one Texans, one Eagles. What you got, JB?
I'm taking the Eagles because the Texans actually got room for error. That's not a lot, but if Philly lose, they mathematically pretty much with one to go. I don't think they could.
Right, they'll need a whole lot of help. A whole lot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I think the motivation is there for Philadelphia as the defending champion to try to prolong this thing as long as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers 8-5-1 going up to Mercedes-Benz Superdome to play the New Orleans Saints. That's 12-2. Another good game.
Another good one. You know what? I want to see this game because I want to. I've seen a couple things over the last couple weeks with the Saints, right? First of all, that offensive output, then came down a whole lot from week 7, week 8, right? So that ain't gonna work against somebody like Ben Roethlisberger and all that offense that they got. So that's gonna be hard. That's only one thing to match up with. The other thing is, can the little Saints defense, which they got a little ragtag group of dudes that done came on a little bit. They're making some moves. How they gonna stack up against them high flyers in Pittsburgh, right? This is gonna be a good test to see if New Orleans is actually is worthy, number one, of that number 1 seed, and 2, if they are worthy of being a playoff contending team, no matter what they did in the regular season. This will let them know. I like Pittsburgh in this game. I think it's gonna be a good old. I think the Saints gonna get home this game. You know how Carolina went to Pittsburgh and got that ass whooped? Well, this time Pittsburgh delivering it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm going to go, let me see. Looking at the standings, Steelers need this game more so than Saints because Steelers need to win this game. We already said the Chargers was going to beat the Ravens, so if the Steelers win this game, it'd be a nice little lock in the AFC North. But they go into the Superdome. It's hard for people to go up in the Superdome and win one against Breeze because Breeze is at home. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Saints on this one over the Steelers. I think Kamara going to be man, I ain't gonna say mad because he didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Made the Pro Bowl.
Nah, so he gonna probably make a statement on this one. I'm just gonna go with the Saints over the Steelers. What you got, JB?
I saw what James White and Burkhead was able to do in the run game against the Steelers. If Brady messed that game up, Brady should have kept handing the ball off, and that's something you'd never hear anybody say. But Brady screwed that game up. He kept handing the ball off. They would have came out on top. But you're talking about Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, and just no, I'm not. And other reasons other than non-X and O reasons, I'm never picking the Steelers to do anything.
Listen, I think they both are quick strike ability teams. And I honestly, I think the quick strike is a little bit of a detriment to New Orleans because if they can't get the quick strike, they going 3 and out. You know what I mean? And we've seen that. So either they're gonna put 38 on the board or they're gonna put 9. I mean, it's like either they're gonna hit you hard and hit you fast, or they ain't gonna hit you at all. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Right. I feel like that little Saints defensive group, is probably a little bit better than the Steelers defensive group. But I mean, but them dudes can hit you from anywhere. Like the Steelers can put 6 on the board without even thinking about it. Oh,
yeah, but they got a glaring weakness, and it's their kicker, and he's garbage.
Right. Yeah. So
if they come down to him in New Orleans, they'll lose.
Right.
True that.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping them boys go down there and do the business to them Saints. So.
I like the Saints by 2 possessions. I think Breeze would be out of the game by 3rd quarter.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. All right, man. Last game, Sunday night game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs that's 11-3 going up to Century League Field to play the Seattle Seahawks that's 8-6.
Yeah, you know what? I think Andy
Seattle Seahawks, they moving in. That's that you play.
I don't know, man. Because look
on this.
Huh? Oh, we all together. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of them games that that Andy Reid do that weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll go in there like, why do they really have to risk anything going into Central Link and getting into it with these dudes? They don't have to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna think they take a L just because, unless they're feeling good and they just feel like playing today and nobody wants to sit out. But I don't know. I just think Andy Reid is gonna go in there with that weird stuff that he always do this time of year, especially with the seed that he got right now. He happy with it. They locked in. They clinched. They're good to go. They don't need to go in there. They don't need to go in there and do it with Seattle. So Seattle, you take full advantage of that because Seattle, they hanging on by a thread. So they this is just gonna help them out, and it don't hurt Kansas City at all unless they
already clinched.
Yeah, unless Seattle just happened to make it to the Super Bowl. But does that mean that Kansas City got to get out of the divisional round, which they haven't been able to do yet? So I got Seattle winning by default because Andy Reid gonna pull everybody.
I think that I like the Seattle Seahawks too. I just think that there's a game right here that they'll test, try to find ways to shop run game because of the absence of Hunt.
Right. And
they need to establish that against a front like Seattle's. So they'll lose because they'll just be trying to. They'll probably have.
They're just gonna use it as a practice, like a
scrimmage? Yeah, it's gonna be 25, 30 attempts on the ground. Mahomes ain't gonna really do much of anything. They're gonna try to run the ball. They're gonna run gadget plays. They're gonna do sweeps and jet sweeps and try to do things tricky in the special teams.
That's not about right. I just know it feel like some Andy Reid hocus pocus gonna happen some kind of way. You know what I mean? Right.
Right. I was gonna pick the Chiefs, but y'all made some perfect sense on that. I forgot about Andy Reid over there doing. So you're gonna try some new stuff on them since they already clinched the playoff spot. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and pick. And then the Seahawks need this game to stay in contention with the playoffs. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, so sadly, I hate games like they do that at the end of the season. But hey, we might get to see something fly happen. So you never know, right?
Well, you don't want to risk. Right. I mean, you might see Tyreek Hill taking handoffs. Right. I mean, they just need to shore that up going into the. I mean, you're already clinched. They run game has been. I mean, West and all them make it look as bad as it is. They absorb some of the shock, but they're gonna need Hunt style runs they do. Going forward, and they'll try to fix it against Seattle. They mess around and win, and Seattle they got some problems.
Right, they're gonna have some problems because you never know. Like I said, they could win just out there just playing around. They could still win the game, but I think I think the coach of the Seahawks, he's a smart guy. He been coaching like him and Reed are the oldest tenured coaches in the him and Reed and Lewis, right? They're the oldest ones in the league. Them dudes been playing against each other forever. They look, he expecting something like that. You know what I mean?
I expect 25, 30 attempts on the ground in some fashion. It could be jet sweeps. It could be flip passes. Mahomes could do a lot of things with that football, man.
Yeah,
so you'll see a lot of wide receiver screen. You'll see a lot of short game, quick game, and a lot of ways to get the ball into playmakers' hands. You'll see that kind of stuff.
Well, I want to thank the people who came out, even though, we sorry that we missed the show last week. That holiday pinch, man, it was trying to get us, man. But we definitely found some time to do the show tonight. Glad y'all was able to come out and support us like always. We definitely appreciate it. Even Saints Uptown came and dropped a little, but it's all good. He feeling good about himself. Did not see any Any comments from my good folks down south, my good folks down in the A? I didn't hear nothing from my boys down in the A, but that's okay. They had a good week last week. They should have showed up. But everybody who came out, man, we definitely appreciate it. JB, you want to go ahead and put yourself over for that?
Yeah, man, not a whole lot to say, but just glad to be back. Thanks to everybody who coming out. Shouts to Saints Uptown. You're supposed to be proud, my dude.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, you can always catch me on Wednesday on live or on Twitter at Raven Shogun.
It is. And the Sage of Sports. Look, but you got. I know I ain't the only one you making bets. You probably not making bets with everybody. You know.
Oh no, man. No. You the only one, bro.
Oh, you choose when you choose. You only make bets you think you can win.
You came to me, bro. Yeah. That's all I know. I just went on here.
Who knew my quarterback had a bum shoulder? Who knew?
Hey, you tell Cam pay. You tell Cam pay for them boxes. But anyway, if you don't catch me here with my brothers here, JB, Big Q on TeamboydTV Live, you can catch me at Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. You can catch me, partner in crime, Brandon, at Get With It Sports 2 on the YouTube channel. You catch me on Twitter at Get With It Sports. Check out the blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, at Get With It Sports. Contact me on the email, getwithitsports2, that's number 2, at gmail.com. And since we won't be back on beforehand, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. How did I forget that? How did I forget right? people Merry Christmas, man? My bad.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm gonna put in some fillers. I got some plans for some guests as we do our season finale next week as we get into zipping up the regular season. Hopefully we'll have some people from AA Sports on here with us or somewhere. We're gonna put some fillers out. Hopefully we can get some guests on the show for you guys, and we'll see if we can bring some peoples in and enhance the show a little bit and have a little bit of fun. And like I said, until next time, guys have a happy holidays, and we'll catch you, Lord willing, next Wednesday night. Y'all hold it down. Peace. All right, football fans, the 2018 TeamboydTV online programming campaign has begun. TeamboydTV Live will be airing live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We also have the TeamboydTV present the Black and Blue podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We also have TeamboydTV Game Time, which are picks for the week, which will be airing on Saturdays. Follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Twitch for all your NFL coverage for 2018.